So, can you tell me what your name is and where you're from and what you're doing here?
Yeah, my name is Kaaya.
Okay.
I'm from Arusha, Tengeru village.
Yeah.
This up here is called Kimundo. It's Kimundo village.
Kimongo.
Kimundo.
Yeah.
Kimundo village.
Yeah. And that's in Tanzania, right?
Yeah, that's in Tanzania. Yeah.
Okay. So, how many children have you got now in the school, and how many have you got in the orphanage?
At the moment, we have like 140 kids in the school, but in the orphanage, you have only 21 kids. 21
kids?
Yeah.
So why have you just got 20, not to say just have 21, but why have you got 21?
It's just, we can't accommodate. That's the only number we can accommodate at the moment. But otherwise, you could have maybe 50 plus kids staying at the orphanage, but now we don't have enough rooms, enough accommodation for them.
Yeah.
And we can't also financially support them when it comes into food, clothes and everything. So it's only 21 we can afford to support at the moment.
So, Kaaya, we've had to move because it's break time.
Yeah.
And here we are outside your house, which, am I right, is it what funds this project with the school and the orphanage? Where do you get your money from?
At the moment we are getting some funds from Cecil Foundation from UK.
Okay.
But also we are getting like generous donation from different people who come for a day visit, or even volunteers. They are doing a lot of fundraise. And also, I'm doing safaris, and some part of the profit goes back to the charity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whilst you're working as a safari guide in Tanzania, you're also helping to run the school?
Yeah, like in the beginning, I was just using my safari money to start everything, but now at least we are just getting people coming to volunteer, and also on the same side, at the same time they book safari through us, which a certain profit goes back to the charity, for the school and orphanage.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So what are the main benefits of the school, do you think, to the children and the orphanage? What are the main benefits that they get from coming to this school in particular?
The main benefits are get very good quality education compared to what is offered around here. And also they have a very good English compared to the local kids who are just going to public primary school. And also being the orphans, we thought maybe they need like really good quality education in a way that they can depend on themselves in the future, because nobody will be taking care of them. They are just orphans, nobody is after them, so they need to get really good education in a way that at the end of the day they can just depend on themselves. Getting good job. Getting good
jobs, yeah. So what are your plans for the future? I mean, there's lots of building work going on around here. What are the plans?
The plan that we have at the moment is having the new accommodation for the kids, and then when they move from the existing accommodation, we're going to turn them into classrooms, and then we're going to have like full running primary school at the at that time, because now we are in shortage of like 3 classrooms. But when the new accommodation building is done, then we're going to turn those 2 rooms into classroom, and then build one more classroom, of which you're going to have like 7 rooms, which will be full running primary school by that time already.
And how's the funding going for that then?
The funding, we are getting part of it from Cecil Foundation, and also we are trying to raise funds from everywhere, and people, we are just trying to involve people and who can help us with fundraising. Yeah, we need a lot of money just to finish the existing building, and also a lot of money for the operation cost.
From what I can see here though, a little bit of money can go a long way.
Of course, yeah. Like $100 here, you can buy probably nearly 100 bricks, which is a lot.
Yeah. Quite, yeah. Okay, so what are the major problems facing the orphanage and the school now, and what are your long-term plans?
At the moment, we are having a lot of difficulties on like funds for running costs for paying salaries for the teachers. Like now we need like 2 or 3 more teachers, but we can't afford at the moment.
Just sorry to interrupt. What would an average salary for one of your teachers be? If you don't
at the moment, we are only affording to pay like $150, but that is not really salary that is required.
Per year?
No, per month.
Per month, $150 per month.
Yeah, but it's needed to be probably $250 for the salary, of which you can get really good teachers. With that amount, you can get good teachers. And
so for $250, you can get really good quality teachers. And that's so important to the school, isn't it?
Yeah, but now we're just affording to pay that less, so we don't really... Teachers are really good, but we can get more. Yeah,
exactly.
The main challenge is just like getting salaries for the new staff we are planning to get. General running costs, like electricity bill, food.
And what about the long-term education?
In the long term, we are really facing the big challenge, because these kids, we are planning them to move at the age of 14. So by that time, we'll need them to go to secondary school, which will be private secondary school,
Yeah.
which will be a lot of money because the average school fee for the private schools here is going to be like $2,000
For 1 year.
for 1 year.
Is that boarding as well?
Yeah, it's a boarding school.
Boarding school, yeah.
Because by that time we are planning like these kids to move out of the orphanage and switch to the private boarding secondary school, and then we need to get sponsors for them to sponsor them when they are in secondary school. And also we are planning to have more kids in because we have a lot of kids also on the wait list.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
at the age of 14 they need to move to secondary school. So the main challenge we are having now is how are we going to manage to pay for their secondary education.
And how do you think secondary education would help the orphans that have come through this school? What is in it for them?
Yeah, the secondary education in Tanzania is very important because here if you are not educated you can't do anything.
Really?
And the basic education you should have here in Tanzania, at least you can get something to do. No really good job, but at least something to do.
Yeah.
You need to have like minimum of secondary level education.
So you think the difference between going to secondary and not going to secondary is the
It's
difference
big.
between
Yeah.
that orphan's life?
Yeah, it's really big difference. Somebody who has like a secondary certificate and somebody who didn't go to secondary is completely two different things.
Brilliant. Yeah. Okay, and the final question I have to say, Kaaya, you started off as a safari instructor or safari guide, and then you just started up the school. Why are you doing this, and why 5 years later are you still working so hard at this? What inspires you to do it?
In the beginning, as I told you, I was working as a safari guide, so I could get a lot of ask and requests from just random kids on the street because they could see me driving Land Cruiser and see I'm working with safari company, so maybe they thought I'm making a lot of money.
Yeah.
But in a real sense, I could manage to help a couple of kids, but not this many kids I'm helping at the moment. So it's when I started the school and the organization and trying to involve people around the world whom I knew.
Yeah.
So from there, it has been growing, like people are keeping like supporting and sharing ideas from different places. So it has been just growing from that point.
And you just keep on going with it. You got volunteers.
Yeah,
coming.
and also we have a lot of volunteers coming from everywhere now helping out. So it's like motivating me to keep going, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like I can't think of the word. And finally, why is it called Peace?
Peace
Matunda.
Matunda.
Yeah. What's that?
Peace is my name.
Peace is your name,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
Unambwe is a Meru name which means peace.
Yep.
And Matunda is my grandfather who was the chief of Meru.
Really? The chief of Meru?
Yeah.
So Peace Matunda. Right, thank you very much, Kaaya.